Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Denai, and today I wanted to do a real quick tutorial for you all out there that seem to be having a really hard time getting loot and finding good places to start off in PUBG. And as you guys can all see, we are playing some PUBG solo. If you hear my friend in the background, I was actually on Discord. I forgot to mute him, but he was just talking, and you know, you just hear him in the background. So as you guys see right now, we're just in the main menu, and I wanted to let you guys know, please leave a like down below. Let's try to hit 10 likes on this video to show me some support. I really would appreciate that. And as further ado, let's get right onto this video. So first off, what you want to do is, as you're in the plane, you start in the plane. It really, when it comes to this little strategy, it's basically a little strategy, and it helps a lot. I've done it a lot of times, and I always go to this part of the map. And if you guys want to know, the part of the map is Severny. You guys probably were wondering if it was going to be Pubg or military base. Now the one thing is, now for this video, I didn't really exactly got Severny. The problem is the plane, it's very randomized, but in this video I kind of had to jump off. I tried my best to get to Zarky and then make my way to Severny, but I had to land on foot and just get into a car. Now obviously in these situations you are probably not going to get Severny all the time, but you just want to look at your map, which way the plane goes. This strategy will be really good mostly when you're playing solos, and if the plane is either going north or south of the map. But if it's going any other way, you know, it really varies by what game you're playing, by server you're playing. It really depends. You're not gonna get Severny all the time, but this is a really good strategy if you want to get high loot, mostly for you noobs out there that first started playing the game. This is a really good strategy to go for if you want to get high loot and try to survive in the later parts of the game, and you just have a hard time getting kills and, you know, trying to loot people because other players kill you right away. And it's not that easy, you know. It's really annoying, trust me. I've been there. It took me a long time. It's very hard to like get good at this game, but over time you'll learn. So you'll start off, you know, making your way. As you guys can see right now, I found a UAZ, so I managed to land on the UAZ. And luckily, actually, the funny part is, I was looking at the map to see where the circle was. Hopefully I wasn't too far away for this video. I wouldn't have to make this video again, because this was actually my 5th video trying to get, you know, Severny as like the main spawn point. But luckily the circle was at Severny, so I managed to make there. And I had a little bit of some network lag, but that was because of, like, I don't know, the server or something. I don't know. Usually servers tend to lag at night, but that's gonna be a different video for another, you know, another topic. That's a different topic for another video, guys. So let's get right into Severny. We're gonna quickly skip on through this and get right onto Severny. So let's get right into that. So now, once when you head to Severny, you want to first make your way to the church. Now for your situation, you're already probably landed on Severny, and you're probably playing as a squad or a duo. Now, this part of the map is actually really good, mostly if you're playing your solos and duos. It's really good if you're playing solos. You guys can see I immediately found an AK-47. You always want to go church because you're bound to find an AR right off the bat. You're always going to find good loot by the church, so always check outside of the church, inside the church, or on the top of the church. Now, luckily, there wasn't too many people at Severny because, you know, the landing point wasn't there. There were more people in towards the middle of the map because of where the plane was going through. So luckily I was kind of by myself, so I was able to loot the entire part of Severny and kind of managed to, you know, make my way to the circle on time. But this whole video is obviously, there's not too many kills. I didn't get too many kills this video. There wasn't too many people, so it's just, you know, this whole video is just me just getting a lot of loot, showing you guys how much loot there is in Severny. It's really good. I haven't seen too many videos of people saying that Severny is really good. I've seen a lot of people say Pubg and military base has a lot of high loot, but actually Severny is a very good part of the map, mostly when you're playing solo. I highly recommend this map, this city, to when you're running your solo runs. It's actually a lot better when you're playing solo than you're playing duos and squads. It's because you have a kind of a higher chance of getting loot than when you're playing squads and duos. The one reason why is because when you have more players, it varies by servers, but it tends to reduce the amount of loot that you manage to get per player. So some players may be able to find a gun, some players might not even find a gun, and trust me, it's happened to me quite a lot of times whenever I'm playing PUBG, actually, because I've played a lot of squads for about a month now, and every time we go Severny, we always go Severny. Too bad, unfortunately, I don't have too many clips or stream clips that I didn't really stream any or record any, but I guess you guys are gonna have to take it from my opinion, from my experience playing this this game. We managed to hit Severny quite a lot of times, playing duos, even solos and squads, and what I've noticed is that you tend to find more loot when you're playing solo, which tends to happen a lot when you're playing in any part of the city. So you'll find more loot when you're playing by yourself. But I've noticed when you tend to go to the north part of the map, you seem to find more loot, much more rare loot, like 8x scopes, you know, level 3 vests, level 3 helmets. You tend to find those more often or not when you tend to go to the north part of the map than when you're starting off in Milta or military. You tend to find more of that stuff than when you're going to military. So that's another one way to like kind of see it, look through things when it comes to playing PUBG and trying to find loot. So to start off, honestly, Severny is a really good map, but it really varies, it really depends. If you're playing squad, you could run a squad. I've tried it a bunch of times. Everybody seems to always get looted up. Unfortunately, most players, you know, one player will probably have like level 3 vest or level 3 helmet, and other players might not even have vests, but they'll manage to find guns. There's always guns everywhere in Severny. Mostly AKs. Recently, I think PUBG has recently updated the game to where there's a lot more AKs and M16s and M4 drops. I don't know if that's the game or the server that I've been playing in, but it's just there's a lot more AK drops, more AK ammo all over the place. You know, back then it used to be where like you'll find M16s everywhere you go. Now it's just AK every room you go. So it's kind of weird, but it just varies by, I guess, per server, per game you play. It really depends, you know. Honestly, it's just my opinions from what I've experienced. But so what I think about this, honestly, it's a really good strategy, really good way to run. Do I think it's the best part of the map? It's honestly, it's basically preference. When it comes to this game, it's all about preference. So it's up to you whether you want to go Severny whether you don't want to go Severny. You know, I'm not saying this is the best strategy to take, but this is the the best logical way to take if you want to get loot. From what I've seen, you know, I don't know, I haven't seen any other part of the maps. I've been to every city in the map, and I have not had much trouble finding too much loot in Severny than going like, I don't know, Pachinki or Yazvania or even Milta Power, military base. Now Zarki is another one, but I'm not going to talk about it in this video. I guess I could mention it in another video, but Zarki is another part that's really good. Basically, if you go to the parts of the map that do not have a lot of players in it, you have a better chance of finding more loot than when you're going to areas where there's high players. Now, it really depends. Like I said, it's all preference. It really depends per server, per game you play. Now, this is, like I said in the beginning of the video, when you're playing your squads and duos and solos, it could all just vary and it could all be different. Now, when you're playing solos, this part of the map is I highly recommend when you're playing solo, because you don't have to worry about your other friends or your other players trying to get all the loot they can to make it to the middle of the circle or to the circle that they are. Now, another good thing is if the circle is within Severny, which has happened a lot of times, mostly on whenever I hit Severny with my group of friends, the circle tends to be around you whenever you go to Severny or to the north part of the map when you're playing squads. I don't know if that's the game or it's just all random, but it just tends to happen every time me and my squad hit Severny. So another good thing is that you tend to have a better chance of getting circle on you. So you always want to keep a close eye on the map. Like I said, it's very, very rare because you usually get, you know, circles, usually military base, middle part of the map, or mostly south part of the map. That's where mostly the circle tends to end from time to time. So you always want to keep an eye on the map if you're gonna drop on to the north part of the map, if you're gonna drop off to the farthest point. So you want to make sure you have everything set. Another good part of dropping Severny is that there's a lot of cars everywhere. You have a high variety of cars. If you're playing solo, you got a motorcycle. If you're playing duos, you got a buggy. If you're playing squads, you got UAZs. You have a high variety of vehicles all over the place. If you know where the vehicle spawns are, you know, mostly the most important thing is when you're dropping, you always want to look around your surroundings. Check, you know, where the closest vehicle is so you can get to it as fast as you can before anybody else. Now, when it comes to other players, you obviously want to get the first gun and just kill everybody, but this is not a tutorial on how to kill players. It's basically little quick tips and tricks. I'm telling you where is the best, you know, the highest loot, you know, the best place to find and have a better chance of finding loot before any other player, and it's Severny. Severny is a really good part of the map to go for if you have, if you're fast and you don't need to just, you don't get distracted as easily, because there's a lot of players that tend to get distracted from time to time when it comes to playing, and they just take too long and they don't really keep an eye on the circle. So if you're really good at doing that, this part of the map is actually for you. So now another crazy thing is that right here at this point in time, I already found an M16, an AK-47. I already have max ammo, everything set up for my guns. I already found 2 8x scopes. 2x scope, but honestly, a 2x scope is actually really good. I prefer that over 4x personally. I tend to have better aim with a 2x than a 4x. It's not as zoomed, but it's all personal preference. But I found a lot of good stuff, and it lasted me pretty long. This game, obviously, I kind of got ambushed when I got to the end of the game. Obviously, not gonna see it, but it's a really good start off when you want to get high loot. Alright, so basically as soon as you get all your loot, you know, at this point in time you should already be good and just head out. So Severny is a really good part of the map to go for personally, because there's a lot of high loot, you know, and you basically got shooting range. There's 2 tunnels nearby. You can go for that if you don't find too much loot in Severny, but it's a really good area when you want to go for stuff. So it's a lot of stuff close by, a lot of vehicles, basically everything that you basically need. It's a lot better than Pubg. You know, every time I go Pubg, I can never find anything but pistols, and I just don't like that. So I always like dropping Severny, and I always have a better chance of surviving, better chance of going farther ahead whenever I drop Severny or shooting range. But it's all personal preference. It's really based on what game you play, what you do. So it's really good if you're mostly playing duos as well. It's not, I don't know, you could try squads. I've done squads a lot of times before, but it's just, it really depends on the game and how the game plays for you. You know, it's just preference, you know. It really depends, guys. So let me know what you guys think of this video. Please like the video, subscribe if you're new, and like this, and share with your friends. Follow me on my social media, it will be in the description down below. And as furthermost, please don't deny it, and I'll see you guys in another video. And this was the tips and tricks on PUBG, on high loot, for best place for high loot in PUBG. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, guys.